around. Hello. Welcome to the Simply Together show. It is the 14th of January and it's a bit sunny, only a little bit. Don't get excited. It's a little bit sunny.
A bit warmer.
Anybody would think we're 1,000 miles away.
No, just down the road. I can see some blue sky. Shelley says it's a little bit warmer, but that actually means nothing because Shelley has a different temperature gauge to what the rest of us have. So if Shelley says it's a bit warmer, I would suggest you still go out with your coat. It's not cardigan only time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's like taking directions from the police. Yeah.
So we have got one guest on the show today, and we've also got a video to show you and a few other things to talk about as well. So how is everybody? How are you doing, Shelley?
I think I'm hanging in there. I've had a bit of a weird one. I've had someone that's died that I used to know very, very long time ago, and where you get disjointed and you were part of a family, now you're not. It is a weird one, but we're all still friends. Yeah. But yeah, so it's just thinking back, I think is what I'm currently going through at the moment.
Yeah. Nico, how you doing?
It's all good, thank you. Yes, it is cold. I was out this morning and it was cold. I made the mistake of going out without my gloves because, well, I must have been looking at it with a Shelley thermometer only to realise that I don't have one of those. So we had to manage that, but it's all good. It's good. I'm at home, so yeah, that's it. I'm just looking forward to the show as always.
Okay, good. How you doing, Teresa?
I'm fine, thank you. Yes.
Good, wonderful.
And how are you, Cecile?
Before I answer that, who the hell is she? Who did you just take that off because I put it on?
You should have put it on.
Put it on then. Put it on. So Mrs. Bailey seems to think it's not cold. Is that because you are walking around with a big bag of post and a coat on and all of that? Is that why it's not cold? Because it is cold? We're not in summer yet?
She could be getting used to the weather now, being a postie.
That could be what it is.
I think that's it, because being a postie seems to do something to the human beings. Back in the day when we had regular posties, exactly. They've been walking around in the middle of winter.
They do, yeah.
I
think that was more about comfort. Is that not about comfort? Why do they?
No, this one never felt the cold. I used to ask him. I said, "Comfort aside, do you not feel cold?" I said, "I'm cold just looking at you." He'd be like, "No." So no.
Okay.
They're a special breed.
Okay. So once again, Shelley thinks it's not cold. Dee says it's not cold. She's got a hat and earmuffs. Of course she's not cold because she's got all these layers and things on. That's why she's not cold. Us general beings out there, it's still chilly. Okay. How am I? I'm okay. A little bit like Shelley. That there's been 2 bereavements. One on Saturday, one last night. The one yesterday has really kind of hit home, and there's a lot of people in Luton that knew both of these people, and she's dancing. It's quite a shock, and it's just like, really, we're 2 weeks into January.
Yeah,
and I've already I did one funeral on the in between, and now I've got another 3 that I could possibly be attending, and we're second week of January. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So, but other than that, it's also kind of made me think to myself, you need to get your together, because life is short.
Yes, it's
Sure.
precious.
Yeah, and you need to go and do the things that you want to go and do, and look after yourself, etc., etc. So it's kind of pushed me with that. So
Bless you.
yeah.
Bless you, Sarah Shelley. Sorry for that.
The big 6-0 this year. So things that I was.
You're coming to the 6th floor.
It's the big 6-0. Yes,
floor.
I am entering that phase of my life.
Doesn't
And
look good.
things that were possibly only on the mind of things to do, I think I'm just going to do them now, because why not? Why not? So what we're going to do first is we're going to show a video clip. So this young lady, Jenny Starkey, we've had her on the show a couple of times. She is living with motor neurone disease, and doing quite well, because I think she said, I think we're into year 3.
Yeah.
And the prognosis that is given to a lot of people with MND is 3 years, and she's still out there holidaying, raising funds and things like this. So we're having her on the show on the 28th, but I just want to show you this video that she did last week, just to kind of bring you all up to speed as to where she is. So we're going to do that first, and then we're going to have a chat with Teresa.
Should we start this off?
Yeah.
Go on then.
So he was going to do the audio then. There you go.
I try to focus on the good in now, this week, next week, but not too far forward. Otherwise, all the good in now disappears in the bad of tomorrow. I was diagnosed on the 30th of September 2021. I was told you have MND, there's no cure, no significantly effective treatments, and if you're lucky you might reach 5 years, and was just told to go away and live what I had left of my life, which is kind of a hard thing to be told. I can still talk and I can still swallow, although I need to be mindful of the choices I make, otherwise there could be a choking episode. And my right arm is giving up the ghost slowly. To try and stay positive, I try and be proactive. I've read about cold water exposure, so I've made a cold dip in an old Victorian bath in my garden. At the moment, research is still trying to find an overall cause of MND. There are lots of different theories, but they are in the early stages. We all want robust science that has integrity, and we can only have that with large-scale trials and research programs, and all that takes money. A cure for MND is not round the corner. It's going to be a long road, so fundraising is crucial to keep the pedal to the metal and get to where we need to be. It won't be quick, but we will get there.
Wow. Wow. What a great woman.
I know,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking. The other thing I was thinking about, I remember the last time she was on the show, and the difference in her speech. Because I remember, I think I was on with her the first time she came on, and she said about it, and I remember I couldn't hear it then.
Yeah. 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 Absolutely awesome. Yeah. Because she was saying the last time she was on, she said about they were in a pub going to have something to eat or drink, something like that, and somebody overheard her talking, and at that point there was the thought that people may just presume that you're drunk or something like that.
It's that little slur.
Yeah. Whereas now her voice, it's much slower. It's much slower. You can still understand what she's saying.
And I still recognize it as her voice.
Yeah. But she's still there doing her fundraising. She is, like I said, we're going to have her on the 28th, so she'll be able to talk a little bit more about what she's doing. She's doing that cold water bath. So obviously people who watch the show know about one of our other friends, Louise Clark. She does that cold water bath thing. And yesterday or the day before, she had this piece of ice that was about this long, that long.
Break
piece
to get
of ice was there in her bath. And I'm just thinking, why would you people do that? Why? I'm trying to tell you I'm not going out without a coat, let alone I'm putting on a swimming costume and getting in cold water.
Look, I can't even run the shower from hot to cold.
No.
I had to go out and move my car last night, and I was not prepared for it. Oh my God, yeah. So for that, even if you just isolate that, I take my hat off to those ladies because I just don't know. But yeah, I mean, with Jenny, I think it's just what Teresa said. Wow, I'm just in awe. I don't even know what to say because, when you're given that type of information, and then you get up and you just go, and then you're doing this and you're doing that, and you're highlighting it. Other people will just want to curl up in a ball somewhere.
Yeah. And I think sometimes that's what happens, isn't it? Because people get such devastating news, and for some, they then retreat because obviously that's what's going to happen. You've got that diagnosis and they've told you this and that's what's going to happen. Whereas for others, they then use that time to be inspirational. Absolutely fantastic. So yes, Dee, Louise does. Yeah, Louise is there. Hello, Louise. How are you doing? What do? You get in that cold water bath thing. That's what we're talking about.
I don't get on with the cold water bathy thing. I've tried it a couple of times, but I have done the freeze thing. You get in the like the frozen air thingy, the cryo frozen thing, and that it really does actually help you to go cold and then to go warm again. Actually, does do a lot to your body. There's a lot.
Well, actually, I can believe it because obviously everything when you're cold, it's all going to restrict, isn't it? And you're going to be like this, and then when you get warm, you can kind of feel them all opening up again. It's a bit like when you do the steam thing. When you've got a blocked nose. So yeah, it's all good. I admire all of you that do it. Me, I don't go anywhere near cold if I don't have to.
No.
For me,
haven't been quite as bad as trying to then join in with the cold water swimming. Like a friend of a friend, I was suppose my niece's friend. She actually works over at Woburn Lido, and they started their open swimming there. And my niece went there for the first time, and she said, "Yeah, it was great." So I haven't joined in with them when I go down to Weymouth, because there is a ladies' blue tits and blue balls swimming groups down in Weymouth that they.
Because they are cold. All of those parts of your body are going to be cold and freezing cold.
Talking of that Luton Cryo Centre, Dee, you are still supposed to go up there at some point and go in that cryo chamber.
What for? Did you make a bet or something?
Right back when we had them on the show, because they are friends of her sons. I can't remember which it was though. I went up there to go and have a look, and I did a couple of videos and bits and pieces. And he kept saying, "Oh, is Dee going to come up?" I said, "Yeah, we'll try and get her up here. Try and get her up here." So there you go.
Okay.
Put it down.
I didn't even know we had one. That's something that I was not aware of. Okay.
In Stopsley, and Stopsley, that they've actually got. It's the first one in the area, so they've actually got the cryo chamber that you go into. So Ticey, the boxer's been in there. Yeah. They've had a few of the footballers go in there, local footballers. So they've got that, and then they've got like the you get into a suit that does the pressure against your body, that then does the so it repairs either or gets you ready for or repairs you after you've done like your events and stuff. But wow. Yeah, so you're in there for like, yeah.
Okay, so I will volunteer to give Dee a lift. A lift only. I am not getting in that in the slightest. I am not. That is not happening. But I will take her. I will take her to make sure she gets up there. So,
oh my days.
There's look, we're going to get a date in the diary. That's fine. We can have a date in the diary, Dee, but it's only a lift, and I'll hold your hand. That's what I'm doing. That is it. My clothes are staying on, and I will keep my coat on as well. There's a lot of info out there about these cold water baths, dips, whatever you're doing that in. Louisa said she's had loads of blood tests and the health benefits have been incredible. You know, so it's something that clearly does something for you.
What I would be very curious to know is that if you do that on a regular basis, does it make you less immune to feeling cold? Because for me,
Louise, does it make you feel immune to feeling cold? Because you go in there,
you might feel a bit of cold, but do you know what I mean? You know when you go in cold water, you go, yeah. So does that reduce when you do that on a regular basis? And secondly, if I were to do that on a regular basis, would I turn into Shelley and not feel the cold as much? Because that would be a great benefit to life.
I suppose with me, you say about that. I mean, I'm used to being out camping in all weathers. I've been in a tent where I've had to, you know, where you naturally build up like the steam and stuff. The steam was then hit the cold outside, so my zip got frozen, so I couldn't get out of the tent because it was that cold.
There's no reason for me to go and do that. No reason at all in this world. No.
For me, if I get cold, if my legs get cold, I get pain.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
When I get out of the swimming pool, when I'm on the exercise I do on the Monday, first thing I do is wrap my legs up. And then I can go and get changed.
Yeah.
Because my legs not got to get changed, got cold because the doctor said many years ago she prescribed leg warmers.
Yeah.
What you'll find is when you go cold, when you're doing this kind of cold therapy, the idea being that you go cold and your body moves the blood and everything around in specific places. Then when you come out of the cold and get warm again, your body's then doing that reverse effect. Yeah. So your body is then doing, so it's almost like when you're doing exercise, your body then goes into that recovery period. So it doesn't matter how good your exercise is, it's how good your body
Your
recovers
recovery.
from that exercise
Yes.
is how fit you are.
Yeah. One thing I will say before we move away from the cold water bath is that Louise does videos and has been doing videos for the last, however, the year that she's been getting into her cold water. And I think what I've noticed is her breath does not get taken away when she first steps in it now as much as it did in the beginning. So maybe you do get used to that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll ask her and see what she says. But I know in the beginning, you know, she kind of looked like, oh my God. Whereas now she gets in and she's holding up a big piece of ice and she's still got a smile on her face. Or is that just a
well, there's no reason not to smile, because not smiling is not going to change the temperature of the water. That's what we get told in Taekwondo. So she may as well smile, because even if she frowns, the water's not going to get any warmer just because she's frowning.
That's true. That is so true. I like that. I do like that. Yeah. Okay. So, like I said, we're going to get Jenny on the 28th. And I think I'm going to try and get Louise on at some point as well. But she's so busy. Try and get Louise on, and then she can tell us a little bit about how her health has improved by doing these cold water dips as well. And for Dee Bailey's 60th birthday, we're going to get her to the cryo clinic. If you want to buy me a present, I prefer a handbag, not a cryo clinic appointment. Thank you very much. But we'll get Dee there. So today we've got Teresa Rhodes on here. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, Cecile.
Good.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself before you tell us what you're going to be doing.
My name's Teresa, and I have lots of strings to my bow. I'm a volunteer. I volunteer for Age Concern. I do telephone befriending and visiting people. I've been a volunteer since I was 15 years old for all different organisations. And I'm also a poet. I published a book and I'm halfway through another book.
Okay.
A couple of poems yesterday that are going to go in the book. So I think I've got about 18 at the moment, but I've got to try and get up to about 25 to 30. But we'll get there.
Is that how many you've got in your first book?
The first book, I think I've got over 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So where can people get your first book if they want to buy one?
They can get it from Amazon, which is, my book is called Journey for Life's Treasure. And you can get it on Amazon, and you can get it from my publisher, Hugh Caxton Publishing.
Okay.
Yep.
Wonderful.
And half the money for every book goes to charity.
That's fantastic.
Because
what charity do you go to?
The first one goes to a charity called CAFOD, Catholic Association for Overseas Development. And what they do is they help people in a practical way to better them. You know, people who are in the developing world, they will train people to build pumps. They will train people on the ground to do medical things that rather than giving them money, they do the physical things on the ground, using people in the areas.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
The second book is called Taste of the Sea and Other Poems. And the money for that will be going to a charity that's helping sailors and people that are on boats that have been on boats for a long time, and when they get into port, they're supported.
As in, okay, so it's going towards sailors, as in people who are employed on boats.
Yes. There's people who are away from their families for many, many months.
Yeah.
And when they get into the port, they get support. I haven't worked out. I think there's one used to be called Apostleship of the Sea, but I'm not sure if it's changed now. But that will be the type of thing that it will be. Or the other idea would be the lifeboat.
Yeah.
People. Something to do with the sea anyway.
Yeah. Is there something about the sea that you like?
Well, I love the sea. I love to just be there and just listening to the waves going crashing on the sea. And I got a photograph from my mum. Well, no, not a photograph, a picture that was on the wall at my mum's house. And it's of the sea, and that's going to be on the front cover of my new book.
Lovely.
But the poem itself is called Taste of the Sea, because I was at a hotel once and I had some smoked salmon.
Oh, nice.
I put some lemon juice on the smoked salmon, and the lemon took away the smoked salmon. So I've strictly got a piece of paper and I wrote down a poem, and it said, have you ever tasted the real taste of the sea, or just used it in some recipe? And it was all to do with the fact of fish in itself without putting any pepper and salt and all this stuff. It's beautiful. So I want to taste the taste of the sea. So, yeah.
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
Okay. So it's all right, I'm just having a look. Shelley's just posted the link to have a look at Louise in our hot water bath, ice water bath. See, hot. That's what's in my head, is hot in the ice water bath. So if anybody wants to have a look, there's the link. So Teresa, tell us a bit then about what it is you've got coming up. What event is it you're going to be taking part in?
Well, I'll give you a background. I belong to a club called Toastmasters. Now, Toastmasters International is an organisation that helps people to become more confident in speaking skills and leadership. Now, within our group, we have clubs all over the world. In Luton Toastmasters, we have every Toastmaster has 3 different parts of the meeting. One is prepared speeches. One is evaluation, which means that you can give feedback to people. But the third one that I'm going to be involved in is what's called table topics. Now, table topics is where you're given a subject completely out of the blue and say, come up and speak for up to 1 to 2 minutes. You don't know what the subject is. You just have to get up. Because if you think about it, in our lives all the time, people might say, what do you think about this? What do you think about this dress? What do you think about this? Or perhaps at work, you might be suddenly given something. So I am in a contest. I have won the table. I won the club contest when I was up against 3 people in my club, and I won that contest. Then I won the area contest. I think I was 5 people in that contest, and it was all about what things inspire you. That was the question. But it could be anything. It could be what's your favourite food. It could be completely anything. So on Saturday, I'm actually representing my area, which is 5 clubs. I'm representing them in the division contest. So on for Saturday, I'm going to be given a question. There's going to be 8 of us from all different areas, all over East Anglia. And what happens is we draw lots to see who goes first and second. What happens is everybody goes out of the room except for the first person. And that first person will be given a topic.
Oh,
And you have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes on that topic. Then the next person comes in and they will have the same topic. And there are judges that are listening to you and seeing if you do how you get on. And the judges will be marking you as to how you present the topic, how you speak about the topic, your body language, lots of things. Vocal variety. So that's what I'm doing on Saturday. Saturday the 18th. It's going to be in St Ives in Cambridge. And if I won this one, then I would go to the district contest. And that's in May in Solihull. And that will be the top contest for the whole of from London up to Scotland. Wow. And then over to Ireland. So you never know.
Fantastic.
Yes.
That sounds really interesting.
Well, anybody who wants to come, as I said, the problem is, you see, these people join a club quite often, like a car club, because they're interested in cars and they know a lot about it. But people come to Toastmasters because they're terrified. They're terrified of speaking. When I first went to the Toastmasters, I always tell everybody that when I did my first speech, I suddenly froze in the middle of it. And I thought, oh my gosh, everybody's looking at me. What do I do? And I ran straight out of the room into the toilets and I shook. I can't do it. And that was 13 years ago. And they came, come on, you can do it. And it's a case of everybody in the club is encouraging you. Everybody's giving you encouragement and helping you to improve. So, yeah. So that's what I'm doing on Saturday.
So, Teresa, because I know this Toastmasters is an international organization, right? Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, what I'm trying to find out is the age range and kind of interest span of the members, and what people can aspire to for going, for example.
Well, anybody over the age of 18 can join, and we have Toastmasters in some clubs as old as 80 or 90. And we've actually had somebody in our club that won the club contest, and there's one particular contest which is international contest speech. So she won the club contest and the area and the division and the district. And then when she was at the club level, she was one of several thousand people. She went to America and represented the UK, and she was top 100 people. And now she is working as a professional speaker.
Wow.
People are, when they get to different levels, when they get to the top level, particularly the international speaking, there are touts there. There were people there to sign, looking for professional speakers. So she speaks all over the world now.
Okay, that's amazing.
Shelley's asked, what question or topic did they ask you to talk about the last time?
The last time I talked about what inspires me. That was the last one. And I remember saying that people who inspire you come from all different people. Some people think that celebrities inspire you, or some people think that a member of their family inspires me. But I say that the person who inspires me is anybody who takes a little small step in improving themselves. I think that anybody can think, I can't do it. But if you think that somebody can take a small step and you say, you're getting there, you'll do it. One thing that I want to tell you is about a story that happened to me when I was working. I used to work with people with all different disabilities and people perhaps who've just come out of school that are not very confident. I used to work with them and I used to think, first of all, I used to be right beside them like this. I used to say, come on, let's do it together. Let's do it together. We'll do it together. But bit by bit, I gave them the tools for them to be able to do things for themselves. And I encourage, yes, you can do it. Yes, you can do it. And bit by bit, they were going forward in their progress, and I was pulling back. And the best thing about helping people or inspiring people to improve themselves is when you do yourself out of a job.
Yeah.
When you're made redundant, when you see that person flying, I say it's like flying. They're first of all shivering on the ground and then they fly. Then that is what inspires me. Because seeing everybody taking that little step is great inspiration, whatever they want to do. Yeah.
And is that what you said when they asked you that question? Did you put that in? Right,
yes.
okay.
Yes. And one thing that I've always said, and I did a speech about this, is it's not a good idea to actually say to somebody, can I help you? Because if you say to someone, can I help you? That means that you are trying to take away the little bit of their independence. But if you see that they perhaps need support or something, particularly like somebody needs help walking, many people see someone who's having problems walking or they're blind or something, and what they do is they go up to them, get their hand underneath their arms, things to say, come on, I'll help you. Think about that. If someone grabs hold of your arm and is trying to help you to walk, what does it feel like? It feels as though a bit of you has been taken away because you are actually, they're actually holding you and walking. I would say things that if you want to help someone to walk or you want to help someone with anything like that, give them the tools to do things for themselves. So give them your arm, because if they take your arm, two things happen. They're continuing their independence, and you've given them the tools for them to do things for themselves.
Yeah, I like that. So
anyway, if you want, shall I give details about Luton Toastmasters?
You can do, yeah. I think we've just put some on there.
I think Shelley's put some out there.
Well, Luton Toastmasters meets in the Luton Irish Forum on a Thursday, the third the first Thursday of the month is an in-person meeting from 7 o'clock till 9 o'clock at Luton Irish Forum. And the third Thursday of the month is online. But we're hoping to have both meetings in person in the future.
Did they go online due to COVID? Were they always in person to begin with?
Yes, we all started off in online in COVID. We learned about Zoom, and also being online Toastmasters means that many people in the UK or anywhere in the world I could say, I think I'll go to a Toastmasters in Australia today.
Right.
And you can join that. Or you think, I might join the Toastmasters in China or in America. And lots of people are actually members of several clubs all around the world.
Wow.
Oh, that's really amazing.
Yeah.
So, Teresa, when you meet at the Toastmasters, this probably sounds like a really silly question, but it's literally just popped in my head, right? So, how does it work in a meeting? So, say for example, I decided I wanted to join the Luton one, and I rock up, to the one in person. Yeah. How would it work? What would happen?
Well, people are welcomed at the door. And then you will be given an agenda and a slip of paper to put your votes down. And then you'll be sat next to someone who's an experienced Toastmaster. You might give it a list of all the different roles in Toastmasters. And then we start off with the Toastmaster of the evening. We'll be introducing several people that are actually have got roles within the meeting. So we have the timer, who is very, very clear about keeping the time to 5 to 7 minutes for the speeches and 1 to 2 minutes for the table topics. Then we have the grammarian, which looks at all the different vocabulary and the different how people speak. Then we gives the word of the day, which you're encouraged to be. Then there's the R counter the ums and ahs and the filler words. And so they will be invited up to give tell them a bit about their role. And then we have at least 2, maybe 3 prepared speeches that someone's been preparing for a long time, and those speeches are part of the education program. Okay. So we have different pathways. You can choose different pathways. I'm doing the coaching pathway, or there is the a pathway to do with doing online meetings, or there's a pathway to do with mastering radio. There's lots of different pathways.
Yeah.
Then there is, after that, we normally have the table topics, which is quite fun because, as I said, it could be something serious, but it could be absolutely crazy. I remember that I did a table topics many years ago about what would you do if you were swimming with shark and the shark came to see you, came to near to you in the sea. So I decided to be a bit silly, and I said to them, at school I learned that sharks like cheese. So I realised that when I went swimming, I put a little piece of cheese in the pocket of my swimming costume. So I went to the shark and I said, "Here, have a piece of cheese," and I swam off in the other direction.
Is that an actual thing then, that sharks like cheese?
I don't know.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
I know that was blood.
I don't know, but
that's a sharks are attracted to blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the difference between attracted to and what they like to eat. Maybe they like a bit of cheese. I don't know.
Yeah. And then we have what's called evaluations, which means that everybody in the meeting is evaluated.
Okay.
That means you say two or three good things you think about the speech. Then you give some recommendations as to how you think that the speech could be improved. But it's only your opinion, of course. So everybody, it's a great fun thing, because Toastmasters was started 100 years ago by a man called Dr. Smedley. And he said that he was with some young men who wanted to look for a job. Because their speaking skills and their leadership skills were not good, he decided to start a club where they were able to learn to speak in an informal setting. So you can perhaps need to do a presentation at work, or you might need to do a wedding speech or something. You can practice it within the safe environment of Toastmasters.
That's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. Okay, so good luck then on Saturday. Let's hope you get to that next round, because that's going to be even more amazing. And it's something that we will put the info on our pages, so if anybody is interested in going and joining, then they can either contact you to find out some more info, or like I said, we'll put it on ours and they can have a look. But it sounds like a really supported place where you can learn to speak and be able to do presentations and speeches and things like that. Sounds really good.
With leadership as well. So we've had, as I said, it's a case of we've had many people into the club, and to see them develop, that's wonderful.
That's brilliant. That is brilliant. So before we finish today, we just wanted to share with everybody out there an event that is coming up on the 31st of January. Have we got any info, Shelley? Oh, look, loads of, oh my God, which one? You need to put them on. There's quite a few there. I don't know which one I need to put on. There we go. So Yvonne Michelle is putting on an event at the Hat Factory on the 31st of January. It starts at 8 o'clock. It's there's going to be Yvonne is going to be there. There's going to be a live band there as well. There are tickets via the Hat Factory and also Cultural Trust.
Yeah, I think it was Cultural
Can you get your
Trust.
tickets through them as well? So it's a one woman, one story. It is a journey of healing and hope. It's hardship. It's about coming through that trauma, and also then looking and seeing what is actually there for you to do after that. It's not about staying in that. It's about coming through it. It's going to be based on a true story. It's an inspiring true story. It's chronicled through that journey. It's how to overcome abuse, how to overcome trauma, specifically trauma. And it is one not to be missed. Seriously, it is going to be a really, really, really good event. You just need to get there. It's music, it's information, it's resilience, and it's on the 31st of January. So if you live in Luton, you must know Yvonne Michelle. Surely you must do. And if you don't, you need to get to know her. You need to get to know her, because she does some really wonderful things. So 31st of January, we'll share this info over the next couple of weeks. If you don't go, you're going to be missing out. I've got something else on that night, and I'm gutted. Absolutely gutted. Even tried to get out of the other event so I could go to this.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. But I can't. So, you know, it's one not to be missed. One not to be missed. But we will talk about it again next week as well, and the week after. So, anything else to share, Shelley? Is that everything? Where's the boss?
So I was just typing to say that, yeah, all of Yvonne Michelle's flyers and things are actually on our socials, and the interview that you know what Dee's like, the chat that she had with Dee on last Tuesday's show, the evening show, is on YouTube as well. So she explains it quite a bit about what the show's about and what you actually will get to learn, I suppose. Yeah.
Brilliant. And that's us for today. That is us for today. I'm going to go out and do a few bits with my coat on, and there will be no ice and no water anywhere near me. Cold water, I might add, nowhere near me.
I've just sent an email to the cryo clinic for both of you. So
no, for one.
All three of us going in. All three of us going in.
I'm going to
No,
come and
it'll be a
film.
waste of money. Are you coming as well, Nico?
Me.
Yeah.
No, I'm the true daughter of my mother. I ain't going anywhere near that place.
It might need to be a Simply Together show group that goes.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we could do that.
What is Cairo thing?
The cryo clinic is when they've actually then got the air that's around in a chamber that's actually frozen air. So like you would see like at hospitals and things where they've frozen down your organs and everything else. They're using that same kind of gas in a chamber, and it brings it down to minus whatever it is. I've forgotten. We can't all fit in the machine at the same time, Dee.
Is there only one machine?
There's only one there. Yeah, it is a very expensive thing to actually run, and it is the only one in this area. Yeah.
I just think it'd be a waste of money for me. Just buy me a candle for my birthday. I don't need to go in that. We'll need all the money we've got to pay for Dee to go in it.
That night, I think I slept the best I've ever slept, because it's woke me all up, and then I warmed up, and then yeah.
Do you know what? I don't care. I'm not going in it. It's not happening. Whether I get a good night's sleep or not, I don't care. I'm not going in it. It's cold. It's cold. It's not happening. Right. So watch this space. We have got Simply Deez events are coming back in the spring. We've got a soiree that we're going to be putting on.
Yeah, we're having talks at the minute whether we change around the International Women's Day and what the soirees that we used to do, having a whole kind of
yeah. So watch this space. We will be back next week, lovely, toasty and warm, at the same time, 12 o'clock. So I'll see you all then. Okay, bye everybody.
Bye.
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 How long it's going to go this time?